Hello friends, welcome to the session of Qualitative India. Myself Aryan Vishwakarma, and in this session we are going to explore the difference between cost reduction and cost control. So these are the two critical aspects of business, and lots of company they focus on both of these aspects. Let's understand what exactly are the key differences. But before going to the difference of cost reduction and cost control, let's understand some of the business aspect. So when you talk about any organization, the organization they tend to have a good profit. Okay, so profit is a key element of any business. If they are not profitable, they are not going to survive, right? So when we talk about the business scenarios, this is what the old equation goes. So this is how earlier the company used to operate. So the how they used to operate earlier. Say for an example, there is a company and they are producing pen, or they are manufacturing pen and they are selling pen to the market, open market. So if the cost of manufacturing the pen is 80 rupees, they would add some profit to that. Let's say they are adding 20% of profit. Okay, not 20%, 20 rupees of profit. So 80 rupees of manufacturing cost and they have added 20 rupees of profit. So they would decide 100 rupees as price or the selling price. So this is how the old equation goes, or the earlier companies, old companies, they used to work in this way. In fact, right now also lot many companies operate in this way. So they set up manufacturing setup, okay, they start manufacturing something and they add some profit and they try to sell the product in that cost. But this is not how the current scenario works. The current scenario is totally different. In the current scenario, price is decided by the market, or we can say the customer. So it's a price driven market. So market decides the price. It is not in your hand. Say for an example, you are producing pens only, you are producing pens. So you cannot decide the price of your own, because there are some market price already decided for different kinds of pen. Until unless you have started manufacturing something which is a monopoly product, some special gadget or something which is special to the market, which is new to the market, then you can drive some special price, okay, or else the price is always decided by the market. So price is set by market. Say for an example, in the same way here the market is asking you to sell the product at 60 rupees. So price is fixed and you have to have some profit. Let's say now you are thinking 20 rupees not viable, let's go for 10 rupees at least, okay. So you are expecting 10 rupees of profit. So 60 rupees price decided by the market, 10 rupees of profit you are expecting. So how much would be the cost? So the cost is now going to be 50 rupees or less, okay. So you can see the difference over here. Earlier the cost was 80 rupees. Now the market is pushing you to go for 50 rupees only, or else you are not going to make any profit and you are not going to survive. So this is how you are going to work. So what you are going to do? The market is asking you to operate at 50 rupees. So price is set by the market or the customer, and this green portion profit, you need to increase the profit because you need to share the profit to the shareholders. You need to also earn something, you need to also share with your supplier, you need to pay supplier, you need to pay your employees, pay electricity bills, lot many expenses are there. So you need to increase your profit. So what is the option you are having? The option only you are having is to reduce the cost, this red portions, okay. So to reduce the cost portion over here, now you are thinking for what? Cost reduction or cost control. So we have come to the main topic, which is cost reduction and cost control. There are two aspects of business and there are some key differences, okay, between cost control and cost reduction. So let's understand them in a step by step manner, considering different aspects, okay. So over here we are going to see the first block talks about cost control, the second block talks about cost reduction, and here we are going to have different aspects. So in different aspects we are going to compare both cost control and cost reduction, and we are going to understand the differences. The first aspect is talking about the definition. Okay, so what is the definition of cost control? It says ensuring cost stay within predetermined budget or limit. Okay, so in cost control, you can see here the focus is on control. So here the control is to, okay, the control is the emphasized area, or the company is trying to keep the cost within the budget or limit. Say for an example, you are doing some factory setup, okay, and there is a predetermined budget limit, 10 crore, 5 crore. So within that only you need to control everything, manage everything. This is what cost control intends to achieve. When we talk about cost reduction, what is this one? This is systematically lowering cost without compromising quality. So up to some extent we can say in cost control, quality may be compromised, but here the focus is, of course, reducing cost without compromising quality, but it is also a systematic approach which is absent over here in cost control, right? So this is what the difference in the definition. Second one, focus. What is the focus of cost control? Maintaining current cost level. So here maintaining the cost level, the current cost level, that is the focus area. But when we talk about cost reduction, this is achieving long-term reduction. So in a step-by-step manner, in a long-term manner, you are going to reduce the cost. Okay, so overall cost is going to get reduced in a systematic manner, but in a long term. Okay. Third is objective. This is the second aspect. This is the third aspect, objective. So the objective of cost control is preventing overspending. So you are going to do cost minimization, or you can say spending you are going to minimize and manage resources, but efficiently, of course. Okay. In cost reduction, we are enhancing profitability by reducing expenses. So in a systematic manner, we are reducing unnecessary expenses, okay, and reducing the cost, which is impacting the profitability in a positive way. Okay. The fourth aspect is the approach. What is the approach? The cost control, the approach is reactive, whereas in the cost reduction, the approach is proactive. So this is one way we can say it's a positive kind of approach, proactive approach. And here we are focusing on innovation. So the company tends to do some innovation and process improvement, identification of non-value adding activities, non-value adding processes, unnecessary components. You are going to eliminate the component, process steps, okay, activities, and in that way you are going to optimize. Okay, so it's a proactive, very structured approach. Whereas this one is a reactive approach. This focuses on monitoring the cost and making necessary action to control the cost. Okay, so it's a very reactive kind of approach. And the fifth one is duration. So cost control is short term, okay, specific project or for a particular period this would apply. But when we talk about cost reduction, it's a long term approach, okay, and we are going to sustain, we are going to maybe horizontally deploy the action. So multifold impact we can expect in cost reduction. Okay. Now the next one, the sixth aspect, let's see some example. Example could be monitoring labor hours to avoid overtime costs. So the company has some budget of manpower, let's say per month they want to spend 60 lakhs. This is what the budget. So daily basis, hourly basis, they are monitoring the manpower, the expenses, okay, and they are trying to control. So no innovation over here, no process approach, structured approach, but by monitoring they are trying to control the labor cost, okay. But here in cost reduction, we are streamlining the workflow, okay, studying the redundant task, unnecessary of task, NVAs, non-value adding activities, okay, the operators are doing and working on them so that we can eliminate NVAs. Seventh approach or the seventh aspect is impact on quality. Obviously here also we are not impacting on quality, but the chances are there. Ensuring spending stays within limit. Since the primary focus is within the budget, within the limit we are trying to spend, make expenses, so it may impact the quality. And here cost reduction, this requires cares to avoid compromising quality. Okay. The next Eighth aspect is measurement. How we are going to measure? The variance analysis between actual and budgeted cost. Whatever is the budgeted cost, for an example, you are putting a plant, new plant, and the budget is 10 crore. Okay, so you keep on tracking the actual versus the budget, okay, and variance analysis you are doing. Same way for other areas also. Whatever project you are working on, there might be some budget. Okay, so against the budget, how much actual expenses you are incurring, you are trying to compare and doing the variance analysis. That's how you are measuring. But over here, no budget. It is only before and after. So comparing before and after and working on them. Okay. So implementing, this is the measure for cost reduction. Now the ninth aspect is dependency. So here this relies on budget forecast and adherence. So there is a budget forecast and we try to keep within the budget. Okay. So this is how the cost control goes. Talking about cost reduction, here we are relying on innovation, the process approach, the technology, new technology. We are working on NVS, various kinds of methodology we will be using, maybe lean approach or problem solving. So we are making improvements, we are using technology, we are doing innovation over here, which is absent over here in cost control. And the 10th aspect, the outcome is, here the outcome is spending. Whatever is the spending, that we are limiting, controlling the spending. But over here, it's a permanent cost saving in long-term impact, maybe horizontal deployment and efficiency improvement. Okay. So these are the 10 key aspects of cost control and cost reduction. So you can see over here, cost control seems to be more structured, more long-term, more systematic, focusing on innovation, technology. Okay. But here in cost control, it's a short-term and primary focus is limiting the budget, limiting the expenses within the budget so that in a short term we can spend some money. But here the long-term systematic approach which is more beneficial for the organization.